Hey guys, I've been doing Where Nerdy is Cool now for exactly a year, and one of the biggest things I've been trying to do from my videos back then to my videos now and into the future is making them look better. And two of the things to do that has been light and sound. And as you can see here, I have a desktop full of microphones. You don't have to spend a lot of money to get really good sound, especially if you're like me, if you're just a small YouTuber, you don't have a ton of money, none of this stuff costs a ton of money. So let me tell you about some of the microphones and lighting equipment that I have to make my videos look a little bit better, and who knows, maybe this will help you out too. Hey guys, I am Paul. Welcome to Where Nerdy is Cool. If you're not a subscriber, consider mashing that button over there and becoming one. You don't want to miss any of my videos. So let's get to it. We're talking about light and sound, and in this case, microphones. So I've been doing the channel for a year now, and what I've been trying to do is I have a lot of YouTube channels that I watch, and I've been trying to learn from the tips that they offer. So as a result, I have acquired quite a collection of microphones, and what I've been doing is trying to improve the sound quality of my videos. Now, there's only so much I can do. I'm in the basement of my home, so the acoustics are grand. But let me show you a couple of things that I've picked up over the last year, and well, let me tell you how they've worked. First one I have is this is the Adzen. This is the Wlx Pro Microphone Bundle. And of course, you have this side here, which goes on top of our camera and plugs into the microphone jack, and then of course you have the Lavalier, which you clip onto yourself. It has two channels, and it does record in mono. So if you're new to this, what that means is that when you import it over into your editing software, you're going to notice it doesn't come across the stereo. You'll have to copy that track over. Now, I'll be real brief about these because these had a very short lifespan for me. First couple of videos, no problem, worked pretty decent. And then I started noticing a hum, and I have not been able to eliminate the hum ever since. I've replaced batteries, I've tried different channels. I thought perhaps there was something in the house that was causing some feedback, but never been able to really quite sort it out. So as far as recommendations go, you know, it's gonna be your mileage may vary. I don't know why this set is causing that issue for me, but it was a fun one to start out with and learn, and overall, you know, an okay experience. The next microphone that I have as part of my collection here, it's one of my favorites. This is the H2N Plus, and it has 5 microphones. You got microphones in the front, sides, and back, and you can control the field and how it's all set up as far as what microphones are recording. So it depends on what you're looking to do. A lot of videos like this where we're talking back and forth, you really only need the front speaker. I'm sorry, the front microphone rather. But if you're going to be in musical settings and if you want to record stuff that's going to be more of like a surround setting, it does a really good job. I brought this to a couple of events I've done with symphony orchestras, and I was invited to the rehearsals and had an opportunity to try this out by recording some video. And in the playback, it is just amazing. It sounds so cool. So I don't use it a tremendous amount for the videos I do here in the basement because a lot of the stuff I'm doing, I'm talking directly to you, short distance, and I'm finding that the lavalier and the shotgun mics work a little bit better. But for stuff I'm doing that's going to be more, you know, surround sound or better sound fields, this thing is really outstanding. And I want to say it's about $160, $170, so not terribly expensive either. So one thing I mentioned was shotgun microphones. I read a lot of reviews, and one that kept on popping up was this one. It's $27, and it's the SGC 598C by TAKSTAR, and it's powered by a AA battery, and it works super, super well. I was looking at a couple of the Rode microphones that were a lot more money, and I'm not quite ready to spend that kind of money yet for what I'm looking to do. This has a very simple, I mean, you got a power button, you know, you get the, you know, light back here. You have a 10 decibel boost if you need it. I found for my videos I did not. There's another option here if you want to adjust the record level. I haven't had a need to mess with that, but again, for most of my videos, I'm 5 feet away from the camera, and this has done a really good job. Now, it's definitely an improvement from the onboard camera's microphones. I don't think it's going to replace something as, you know, like a lavalier mic if you're going to do audio separately, but for 27 bucks, it's a really good investment. It's a nice one to have in your, you know, stack of stuff for microphones. So far, I've been really impressed with it. All right, so the last microphone I have up here is the smartLav Pro, and essentially, I mean, you're getting the Lavalier mic, and plugs into your smartphone or whatever your recording device is. I'm using Sound Recorder Pro, and I want to say I got that from the Apple Store for about $5. And what you're doing is, again, this is going to be separate from whatever you have on the. It's a separate audio input source for your videos. So what you want to do, and I didn't do this a few times, so it can be important, is when you're going to do your video and your audio on different sources, you want to clap so they sync up. Of course, you'll still be recording on the video device, but you're going to get much better quality, with this guy recording separately. So without going into too much depth, like I said, that's an $80 microphone. The biggest thing is when you start getting into this level of sound recording and working on your videos, depending on your production software, I have Premiere Pro. When you're importing that sound over, there's a little bit of it's a learning curve for sure. It took me quite a while. Premiere Pro does a really good job with what you can do is it will sync the audio sources up, and that works very, very well. The other thing that's neat about the app is it's kind of a drag to plug in to the USB to download sound from the iPhones. I just find that it's very, very slow. So what the app does is it gives the ability to act as its own little Wi-Fi internet server. It will provide you with the address, and you can download the sounds directly off your Wi-Fi connection. The other thing that's interesting about this application is that you can change the sound format. So for example, by default, it's going to be an MP3. I prefer WAV, so it will allow you to convert what you've recorded into whatever format you want, and that's really cool. That's all built into that one little $5 application. Okay, let's talk about light. These are my primary lights. These are the DayFlo EZ. It's a 3-light kit. I have them all moved together. I don't usually film them with them quite that close to me. I usually have one to the front left, one to the front right. It does come as a 3-light kit. The third one is one that would go over you. It's a hairline light. Well, two things. I don't have a hairline, as you can see. And the other thing is I have an LED workshop light that I just installed recently, so that provides more than enough reflection off my shiny little head. But this light kit, like I said, it comes with the tripod. It comes with the 70-watt CFL bulbs. Those are the curly ones in there. So you're not going to use a tremendous amount of power using them. Like I said, it comes in the boxes, so if you do want to pack these up and take them with you, you can do so. It's $160 on Amazon, and like I said, if you're just starting out, it's a great kit. I've used them for just about every video I have, and with the addition of the LED lights that I'll tell you about here next, these things have been fantastic. They just work super well, and the ability to have them on tripods, you can move them up, down. You can also adjust the shade up or down depending on what you want to do. I mean, we're dealing with a lot of shiny stuff here with the BB-8 and the robotics, so we're dealing with a lot of metal that's very reflective. So the ability to move the lighting around as needed, and of course having the diffuser on the front is really nice. So I would definitely, if you're thinking about doing a lot of videos where you're showing your face or just anything, they're going to work really, really well for you. All right, so my favorite lights, these are the LEDs. These are, I think, $28 each. I bought 2 of them, and what you have here is it's using, I want to say these are the 2600 series rechargeable batteries. I discovered I actually had a couple of these. I had an old Sony digital camera that used these. But yeah, so it uses these, goes right in the back. There's also a meter here. You press the button, it'll tell you the power level of the battery. So you know whether or not you get a fresh battery or not, depending on how much recording you're going to be doing. It also has on the side, it has the power switch and the dimmer, so depending on how bright you want. So you definitely have some ability there. The other thing with this kit is it comes with a couple of diffusers, so that's what I'm using. Obviously, if you don't use a diffuser, it's going to be very, very bright. But this thing does a fantastic job. I just like it because sometimes I can't get the big lights where I need them, and the fact that this thing is all battery powered, I don't have to mess with cords. The other thing that's nice is it'll attach to a tripod. So if you've got a bunch of tripods, you can just attach it on there. And it does have the pivot here for up and down. And I've found this very handy for a lot of the time-lapse videos I've done on some of the 3D printers that don't have LED lights in them. what I'll do is I'll run it at very low power and just leave it. And when I play back the time lapse, especially if it's been a multi-day print, I get to see the entire print rather than just 8 or 9 hours of darkness. So the batteries I'm trying to remember that I got these as a 2-pack on Amazon. I'm going to post all this stuff in the description below so you can find it. This way you can check it out, and if you want it, feel free. But the lights are a great value. The light says $27. I bought, like I said, 2 of them. I'm probably going to pick up some more here in the future. But for what it gives you here, I mean, it's just a really nice little inexpensive light kit. And I've certainly seen a lot of other lights out there that are more powerful and bigger. I've seen the rings, but if you're just starting out, this little $27 light is an excellent way to start out. All right, so that's our video where we covered all the microphones and lights that I am using on my videos. I'd like to think as I'm doing these videos over time I'm improving. Let me know in the comment section below what you think. I'd also be interested to know if any of you guys have these microphones, or if you use these lights, or if you use something different. How does it work for you? Let me know. I mean, I can learn from you as well. One other thing, I have on my YouTube homepage, I have a link where you can donate via PayPal. If you wish to give me a couple of bucks and say, hey, I like what you're doing and here's a couple bucks, I really appreciate it. I got a couple pieces of equipment here that I use in editing that I have to upgrade at some point, and well, every little bit helps. So I thank you for watching. If you're not a subscriber, please push the button down there so you can become a subscriber. Thanks for watching, and remember, this is where nerdy is cool.